On this episode of A Tale from the Darkside, we will be covering the case of a criminal who frequently inquired about his peculiar attraction to people of the same gender. I say peculiar, purely because this wasn't your typical type of attraction. In actuality, it was an attraction where the criminal would fatally attack his victim, instantly after engaging in an intimate relationship with them. One, in which ultimately resulted in a death. Yes, you heard me correctly. Death. Stay tuned, as we unravel the full story. The name of the victim, Destiny Lauren, was 29 at the time, formerly known and born as Justin Samuels, a transgender escort which was based in Leighton Crescent, Kentish Town. On the flip side, the name of the criminal, Leon Fyle, 23 at the time, was based in Catford, South London. Grab a snack, something to drink and settle down, because this is going to be a bumpy trip. Destiny Lauren was strangled in 2009 at her Kentish Town apartment by Leon Fyle, of Lalliam Road, Catford, who was out on parole for burglary, according to testimony presented at Southwark Crown Court. Leon called the 29-year-old, at the time, on the night of the murder, having availed himself to her services. He then travelled across London to have an intimate encounter with her in her house. Before entering her apartment in Holloway's Leighton Crescent, off of Brecknock Road, he was caught on CCTV donning a pair of black gloves. Destiny's brother, Lyndon Samuels, 35, was waiting outside the apartment as Fyle arrived. Prosecutor Duncan Penny said, the procedure was that if Lyndon was at Destiny's flat and the client called and was going to visit, she would ask him to leave the premises. Lyndon described Fyle as having a bad-looking face, and became worried when almost 2 hours passed without seeing him leave. Fyle strangled Destiny to death with a pair of tights, after engaging in intimate activity, before escaping with her jewelry, mobile phone, and £350 in cash. Her arms were tied behind her back with stockings, as she lay on the bed partially clothed. Fyle then reportedly spent £250 of the money he had stole, on 2 additional escorts in King's Cross, according to the court. Despite the fact that he had stolen Destiny's luxury jewelry, phone, and cash, he failed to take his coat from the hook on her bedroom door. Fyle was seen wearing Miss Lauren's costly jewelry on his arms, whilst still sporting a glove on his right hand, revealed in bus camera footage. The following morning, on November 5, 2009, at roughly 12:55 a.m., Miss Lauren's brother found her body shortly after the murder and instantly raised alarms to the police. Fyle was traced through mobile phone calls to Miss Lauren, and had made several other calls to pre-operative transgender women. In court, it was established that Fyle had previous convictions for robbery, burglary and violence, including a 2005 conviction for wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm when he slashed a man's face and stabbed him in the chest, after a gay experience in an alleyway in Lewisham. A bisexual who was intrigued by transgenders. Fyle told the court he had been sexually abused as a young boy before flitting between the streets and a string of foster homes. DNA from Fyle's saliva was found on parts of Destiny's body. The trial heard that the victim's brother, Lyndon Samuels, had warned her of the dangers of selling her body, but she ignored him, advertising herself as a fully functional, pre-op transgender. Sentencing Leon Fyle to life, with a minimum of 21 years, on September 23, 2011 Judge Nicholas Lorraine Smith said, the court has heard how loved she was by all her family and the terrible effect the murder had upon them. He said, as she lay dead or dying in the bedroom you searched her flat for items worth stealing. The judge said CCTV shown in court demonstrated Fyle's calmness after the murder, saying, there's never been a hint of remorse for what you did. After a 4-week retrial at Southwark Crown Court, Fyle was found guilty on September 21, 2011. He was previously convicted of the killing in August 2010, but the Court of Appeal quashed the conviction in April. Miss Lauren's friend Jason McNamara, 41, said after the sentencing, "She was definitely a character, she always made you laugh. I think a second trial made it much worse for the family. You can't imagine what it's been like for them. She was close to her father and two brothers, who she contacted regularly, and she had a love for the finer things in life and appreciated beautiful things. Fyle has not shown one shred of remorse for this callous act nor for the suffering he has inflicted on Destiny's family and friends. I hope today's verdict can go some way to ease their pain. Sincere sympathies, condolences and best wishes to all victims in this case. We pray you are granted the patience you so well deserve. And until next time, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share.